fast-paced, three-point oriented offense, and I guess how different of a challenge are they compared to previous years?
Yeah, they're playing with a lot of confidence, first of all, and the speed that they're playing with. It's the fastest I think that Wisconsin has played in a long time. I don't know if it's ever, but they're playing really fast. So the importance of getting back in transition. They've always been a good execution team. They're running a lot of continuity, ball screen motion type of action with a bunch of different wrinkles out of it, and they can all shoot. All five guys on the floor can make a shot. They've done a really good job recruiting to that system. And anybody on any given night can go off for 5 threes, including their bigs. So that's a challenge when you got big guys, front court players that can knock down shots. You look at us last year with Rink. That for us really opened up our offense. It opens up driving lanes, cutting, and you have to contest as well as you can. You have to try to take away the paint. If they're getting both, it can be a long afternoon. But this game's all about effort, toughness. And, you got to find a way to compete and give yourself a chance and hopefully execute down the stretch.
Connor was talking a few days back about just what he got out of his time in Wisconsin, even if it wasn't really what he wanted his second year. In your experience, how does a guy benefit from a situation like Connor had ultimately?
Well, I think anybody you talk to that ends up going into the portal for whatever reason will talk about however it went, whether it went positive, negative, it's a learning opportunity for them. And Wisconsin's a great program, so it's always been very defensive oriented. When Connor came here, a lot of the things we do it very differently. Obviously, they're more get into your body, war, chase through screens, play the pick and roll in a drop coverage 2-on-2. We're more at the level and get into rotation. So that was an adjustment. But the basics of having a foundation for defense for Connor was ingrained in him for the 2 years that he spent playing under Greg Gard. And I think those are things when you look at anybody that's been in a situation, whether it went good or bad in their mind or in their people's minds now, it's a learning opportunity for them. And, how are they going to grow from maybe some of the things that they needed to do better and build on the things that they maybe did well in their first stint. And, it's just the reality and the state of our game right now with so many people moving on to different situations. Again, whatever the reason, they could be in a great situation and leave now. So, it's where our game is, unfortunately or fortunately maybe for the players. And every new situation is a learning opportunity. For some people, it's better. For some people, it's worse. And, Connor, I think, has found a good situation here. And, we hope to have Connor here for, a couple years. If the fifth year kicks in, we got an extra year with him. So, we love him, and he's had some really good moments so far in a Husker uniform. And he had some great moments for them. I mean, he set an all-time freshman record, I believe 69 threes he hit that first year at Wisconsin. So he had some really good moments. He was on the all-freshman team at Wisconsin, and then year two didn't go as well. So, it's been fun to see Connor, playing with confidence. And, so we're certainly going to need him the rest of the way. You saw what happened last game. We needed somebody to come in and take the lid off, and that was Connor.
What kind of response?
Yeah, they've been good. Again, we've got a resilient group. They play hard. They compete hard. They're coachable in film sessions. Listen, in this league, you can play well and lose. We did a lot of good things in that game the other day. The disappointing ones are the balls that were taken from us or, the offensive rebound that they got late. You had a guy that had 6 threes all year that hit 4 threes and a half. I saw a team yesterday that had 2 wide open shots with good shooters at the end of the game. They missed them. The shots are going in against us right now, unfortunately. We won these games last year. Right now we're on the other end of it, and it sucks and it hurts. But we got to find a way to get a win, to get some confidence for our guys. We executed after timeouts. We got baskets after timeouts the other day. Unfortunately, the last possession, we saw something that wasn't there. But our guys are doing a lot of good things right now. We just got to find a way to get a win to gain some confidence.
After the game, you mentioned a few of the pick sixes in the first half. Did you see like a common thread with some of why that's happened?
I would say one was a lack of screening. We had an opportunity to hit. I can't remember who the defender was, but we had coming off on a staggered screen away, and we whiffed twice and flared the screen, and they ran through it and got a layup. So, some of it, you look at who gets the turnover in the box score, sometimes it's not entirely their fault. But we talked about that. Those possessions are every bit as important as what happens at the end of the game. You take care of the ball, you take care of those possessions. It doesn't come down to those last, the last minute of the game where sometimes, the result of, Claude hitting a three. He had 8 threes all year. He hits the three at the end of the game. On what I thought we had a jump ball earlier that we got hit on, call the jump, we get possession, then we make a great play to create a jump ball. And unfortunately, because of what happened the previous possession, they get it. And then Claude steps up and hits a three. Give him credit for having the stones to step up there and hit it. But, those are things, again, you got to find a way early in the game to take care of the ball, to not give up an offensive rebound, to get a 50-50 ball to where at the end, it doesn't come down to that. But, again, our guys they're competing, they're playing hard, but, we got to be overall the consistency to win at this level, it's got to be on point for 40 minutes.
Bryce was pretty hard on himself after that game, just from a leadership standpoint. How do you see him personally, just from at least that's
You know what, we addressed what happened after the game, and, we talked about it. It's not how we want to represent our program. He was frustrated. I get it. Believe me, I think I played this game with a lot of passion, and, when something didn't go well at the end, I was upset. But, you got to go through it. You got to win with grace. You got to lose with grace. And, I was pleased with a couple of the guys. They addressed it before I even got in there after the game. And, they talked about it. So that's good. That's growth for our team. But, listen, I'm glad – Bryce was hard on himself after that. If you're a leader, if you're one of the best players in the team, to take accountability, I think shows the rest of the team how much you care. And, it's a learning opportunity for him. It's not going to happen again. We've got great kids on this team. I think you guys know that. I think our fans know that. Sometimes when you lose, you feel like that spotlight is just right in your face. And, you got to find a way to battle through that. But these are great kids. They're great students. They're out there competing. They're trying. And, I want for them, to get a win and, get this thing off our back so we can go on a little bit of a run. But, I'm telling you, man, nobody takes it harder than our staff, than our players when things are going like they are right now, even though we're competing and playing hard. You got to find a way to win. And I know at the end of the day, that's all that matters. Who cares? You compete hard, you're great kids, all that. For a lot of people, that doesn't matter. It's, are you winning or are you losing? And right now, we're not finding a way to win games, and it hurts.
Why do you think the last 3-4 minutes have been kind of an issue in this game?
Well, I look at the last 3 minutes. I mean, we're down 9. We come back and tie the game, Wilson. I mean, we did a lot of good things to fight back and battle into that game with execution, with getting stops. It's really been, a possession. It's Iowa was, again, things in that game happen out of our control. But, you don't get the benefit of the doubt sometimes. When things are going the direction that they are right now. I thought we'd made some good plays at the end of the SC game, but, again, that was a toughness thing. It's been different things. I mean, it's not been the same every time, but, we got to find a way to win. This would do a world of good for our guys, for their confidence, if you can find a way to get a win and get over the top in one of these close ones.
I think you mentioned in your pregame show that it was like a foot thing with Andrew. Are you worried about that lingering? I know sometimes those can be.
No, Andrew's fine. He's fine, yep.
With the 1/3 spot, what have you seen from just Raleigh and Aaron, and is there anything more that you'd like to see out of that position, or are you good with it?
Yeah, I mean, I thought Raleigh gave us some really good minutes. We found a matchup that we went at in that game, and I thought our guys really screened well, whether it was Connor or Sam, getting Raleigh either into a back-down situation or getting him downhill. He got fouled a couple times. He found Jawan on a nice little dump-off to the, to the dunker spot. And, Aaron was the guy in the last game against Maryland that I thought was terrific with 10 assists and 1 turnover. Bryce certainly is going to have opportunity to play the lead guard spot as well, and we put the ball in his hands. Connor set a great screen to get Bryce the and one, I think when it was 69-66 to tie the game. And, so I think all three of those guys, we'll see whose night it is. That's kind of how it's going to be. As far as the starting spot and rotating different starters, it's probably going to be that way, the rest of the way, depending on who we're playing. And, when Raleigh has a good matchup, I like him out there playing against pressure. Aaron has given us good minutes. So, we'll see. I liked Raleigh's shot in the corner. It looked really good. I thought it was going in. It was just a hair long. So those guys are working at it. And, again, just to get the confidence of knocking a few of those down, because, we're going to need those guys to, knock down some shots to open up the floor, Teams are plugging a lot right now. So, it's obviously an important spot, but I thought Raleigh was terrific in the last game. I thought he did a great job taking advantage of a mismatch.
Juwan was really good at the rim, and then the paint struggled again from three-point range.
Yeah.
I guess, how do you approach just the green light?
Well, he was 56% at home, Robin, going into that last game from three. So, if he's open and in rhythm, we want him shooting those. If he's contested or stepping back, those are the ones that we eliminate. And we seem to watch one of those at halftime every night. So we got to eliminate those because you see how effective he is when he can get into the paint and play under control. He had missed a few of those, but I thought he really did a good job playing off of 2 feet the other day and in finishing at the rim. So, yeah, just, for Juwan, it's if it's a late clock, absolutely we're going to shoot those. But those mid-clock contested ones are the ones that we work a lot with Juwan on passing up and getting a better one.